Alright. Alright. Fine. 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 Sure. Fine. 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 It's 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 just... Let's just jump into this. I hope you all know, by the way, that we're on now part 5 of this series. It seems like once a year, guaranteed, Twitch, someone either from Twitch, someone who used to work from Twitch, someone who used to be an executive for Twitch, someone basically from Amazon, okay? Because Amazon owns Twitch, right? Someone from Amazon basically does something stupid, alright? And I want you guys to understand something. I get no enjoyment after of doing these types of streams where I break down and discuss all the things wrong that Twitch is doing as a company. I really don't. It's not a thing that I thoroughly enjoy. It really is just... Someone's got to talk about it. And I know it's an endless sea of rage-baiting slop anyways. But, like, someone's got to talk about it. Is the point. And... I'm... Whatever. Okay, let's just jump into it. So... Give me a second. Because... I'm setting stuff up so you guys can see this, okay? Alright. Posted literally yesterday at 2:17 from Zach Busey, who's actually a pretty good person in the, like, content creation news, like, landscape over on Twitter and on social media. He actually discusses a lot of these things, not only in detail, but summarizes a lot of data and news and, you know, sort of maintenance work and background stuff and things that, you know, most people, the general public doesn't know about when it comes to the back end of, like, streaming. And he's also got some pretty, you know, informational, like, stuff that actually does help. So I would actually, even though he's a much bigger creator, I would still say follow him on social media before we get started on this. If you guys want to follow along when stuff like this happens. Because, like, him and a few others post about this stuff before I even do. Which, by the way, this whole thing also affects him, too. So it's not just me. It affects even bigger name streamers too. So anyhow, Twitch's former chief product officer says the discovery and ads teams were once at war over feed impressions, which has now been solved, and that Twitch streams with fewer than 1,000 viewers, right? Let me zoom in on that. 1,000 viewers are dead weight since entertainment economics run on ad rates. Very interesting historical insight, right? Right? And here's the photos that he screen capped from the article, right? This is the data, right? This is the numbers. This is how it was, right? The comparison to his Twitch years is the sharpest part. At Twitch, a stream that is under 1,000 viewers was dead weight because entertainment economics run on CPMs, ad rates per 1,000 views. On Whatnot, a seller with 50 people in a stream is like a shoe store owner with 50 people in the shop. You'd literally never shut down the store. He felt the cultural difference in his second week when a seller complained on camera that the 7-second sudden death auction timer was too slow and waited 3 seconds, or wanted 3 seconds. 2 engineers in the office heard it, changed the config in real time, and told the seller to refresh the app. "I'm with my people," he remembers thinking. The case for this is speed and leverage. A 10 to 15 year PM's instincts are sharp enough to make decisions directly, collapsing what otherwise becomes a yo-yo development process, quote unquote. Work sent to review, rejected, sent back. One senior person can also hold more of the board in their head at once, which produces better trade-offs. His favorite example comes from Twitch. The discovery team and the ads team were preparatorily at war over feed impressions. The fix was structural. He put the same PM accountable for both organic and paid impressions with a single metric, GMV, gross merchandise value, generated from the feed, and months of politics disappeared. Now, he does make a note, some additional context. Twitch was originally all in on ads as the primary driver of its revenue. So it's understandable why everyone under 1,000 CCVs, current, consecutive viewers, would be considered dead weight. The advertising economics were practically non-existent for everyone small. Even today, ad revenue for most creators is peanuts compared to their potential to earn from fan funding. So basically, like donations, subscribers, people who, donate with bits, people who donate like on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Ko-Fi, or Coffee, external sites. However, advertising on Twitch hasn't been the greatest experience for advertisers, so it makes sense that Twitch has pivoted to focus on broader monetization metrics, customer lifetime value, aka CLV, over the last few years. It's why every single feature release is either about getting viewers to spend money, so in this case sub discounts, spendable balance, power-ups, hype trains, sponsorships, paid badges, combos, whatever, or has an ad format planned or built in, so like vertical feeds, clips, stories, etc. Even features like watch streaks are less about the community and more about getting people to come back and watch ads or spend money. Every feature is about increasing the money spent per user. I don't see that changing anytime soon, nor should it be surprising, but it's always interesting to see it discussed by people who are no longer on the inside, right? And then there's a whole discussion thread about it on Twitter, and like the whole actual post, right, gets broken down as well too, with a lot of like open discussion, as you guys can clearly see here. So if you want to jump on that, you can hop onto Twitter and actually jump on that. So, but here's the thing, right? That bothers me, right? And we'll get to more about this with the full article here in a bit, right? But if you give me just a moment, here is what bothers me a lot. calling even in a past tense situation, right? Even in a past tense situation, calling, I want to say 95% to about 90, I would even go higher and say 97% of all streamers on Twitch dead weight because they don't average 1,000+ viewers a stream every day concurrently. That's fucked up, right? Actually, not even that. There are brands that have their own Twitch account that don't even get that many views. I have watched actual multi-billion-dollar companies who stream games on Twitch, right? And actually play like Nintendo slop is what I call it. So like Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, Tamagotchi Life, like, all these different games, Mario Party, Smash Bros, and advertised like Wendy's as example. Wendy's used to actually stream on Twitch for a while, and so did Jack in the Box, and so did a lot of these fast food companies, right? And they used to do gaming stuff as well too. So I'll even pull it up here if they still, if I could even look it up. Yeah. Yeah. So like 4 days ago, literally the official Wendy's Twitch, right? Did a stream for, was it Mecha Chameleon, I think? Yeah. You can see it right here. This is the Wendy's official Twitch, right? And like you can see the VOD. You can see that like they were just playing games and just had like probably assets built in game or whatever. It was a mod or something crazy, right? But like they've played stuff, but that whole stream probably only got about maybe less than 100 to 200 concurrent live viewers, right? Whereas, like, this is just overall probably like the average amount of views that, like, the overall amount of views that this brand got, right? Even look at my followers, right? The other people that I actually follow on Twitch, right? Like, look at all these creators on the side. I can count maybe 2 of them that legit get anywhere over 1,000 concurrent views. Like here's Joel from Vinesauce playing Donkey Kong 64, right? Okay, he's got about 2,000 live viewers, right? But the thing is, Joel is a much bigger name as a creator, right? Even though he's also really not, right? Yes, he gets live views like this all the time, but like, if you go to just YouTube, right? The metrics are tracked very differently for like what he does on YouTube, right? And even then, he doesn't multi-stream on YouTube at all. So in fact, he never goes live, as far as I can tell on YouTube. He strictly only streams on Twitch, right? Obviously, it's playing an ad, but still. Same with Oats and Goats, right? They're barely past that of 1,700 viewers, right? Concurrently, right now. But that can drop in any instant. But aside from that, even a sponsored stream, right? That, like, Ice Cream Man is sponsoring this stream for Honkai Star Rail. This is a company, right? This is an actual company streaming stuff with another streamer and doing a sponsored event. 200 concurrent viewers. That means nothing to Twitch, right? As you can see, even on like a Monday Monday afternoon, most of these streamers don't even break 1,000. Hell, let's do this. Marvel Rivals. All right, we're gonna click out of this. Okay, viewers high to low. Bam. Okay, look, you have maybe 3 streams, 3 people who are playing Marvel Rivals right now on a Monday or Tuesday evening, depending on time zones and what part of the country they're on, that are breaking over 1,000. But everybody else, they're not even close to 1,000 concurrent viewers right now. They're all in like the 200s, 300s, maybe 700s, 600s. And then most other people, they've got way less than that, right? Like, okay, here's an example. Battlefield, which I play Battlefield 6 a lot, right? High to low. One person. One has over 1,000 views right now, concurrently. Everybody else, not even close to breaking that. Maybe about halfway with Stone Mountain here, right? But that's it. And even if you go through like what I call the games that like everybody is playing, right? If we go to like, okay, let's use Escape from Tarkov. Okay, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24, maybe 25 live streamers on a Monday or Tuesday afternoon, evening that are just barely breaking over 1,000 viewers. Barely. With like maybe a quarter of that 25, less than 25% breaking over, like solid over 1,000. Okay? Everybody else is in like maybe the hundreds or less. And then if we go with like the most popular thing, just chatting, you could see there are more people tuning in the just chatting streams. But again, that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 20. 62 streamers out of literally the tens of thousands, if not almost more than that, of streamers who are just chatting with their viewers, cooking food in their kitchen, talking about politics, news, TV shows, movies, games, even creators that like I follow, like Super Butter Buns, you know, and other creators on like YouTube and other places, like are barely breaking not even 300 concurrent viewers. Compared to the vast majority of viewers, that is a drop in the bucket. So, what is my point with this? I'll tell you. I will tell you outright right now. While yes, this whole comment and article was past tense, if you will, and obviously Twitch has moved away from doing, you know, some of this stuff, right? That doesn't mean that they've moved completely away from it. That's the thing that upsets me. And then calling small creators and small streamers and people like me who barely even get 1 to maybe 5 concurrent viewers on average. On average. Means that we are all considered dead weight. And it's not just like smaller creators that have been affected by this comment, right? That have been affected by these numbers and back-end statistics that used to exist, right? I want to go back to Twitter real quick. If I may. If I may. Because I want you to look at the actual quotes from people and the comments. Twitch calling people under 1,000 concurrent viewers dead weight is crazy, but it is business. In that case, why not let us opt out of ads if we aren't bringing you anything? Regardless, the language says a lot about the conversation Twitch staff might be like behind closed doors. Yikes. Here's another one. So if we're considered dead weight for advertising, since we're averaging less than 1K concurrent viewers, don't show ads on those channels. Valid solution, right? Since we're not with showing our audiences ads due to our numbers, we should be able to opt out of showing ads. I'll wait. And then Scott Falco, one of the creators I follow, who's also a great VTuber and an animator, he just says, hell yeah, I'm dead weight. Which I even comment on that with my friend Rom. Rom even commented, Twitch thinks I'm dead weight. Okay, watch this. Set my bit rate to pass 6,000 streams at the highest quality possible to 20 viewers max. And I've said I've been dead weight my whole life, so being told this by a multi-million-dollar streaming platform is nothing new. So, like, you know, this is not something to scoff at, because look at the following he has, right? That right there is a big following. Even if you go to his streams. That's not something to scoff over. He has 135K followers on Twitch. But look at his streams. He gets, on average, you know, on a good day, maybe let's say 2.k views. You know, if that. So with some of them, you know, going to 1.7K, some of them going above that at 4.7K. But those are not concurrent views. Those are cumulative views total for those streams. We don't know what his concurrents are like. Also, I thought I had him followed on here. I guess not. So, point is, it shouldn't feel this way for a lot of streamers. Just, even here, streamers under 1K viewers aren't dead weight. They're just a different customer cohort. At TikTok Live, I saw creators with 100 to 200 viewers out-earn large channels because the experience and CTAs were different. A healthy platform learns how to build for each cohort. That's the thing. A lot of creators who, by the way, have big numbers ranging anywhere from 18K, over 4,000, 13K, Scott being one of the bigger ones, 39K, like a lot of VTubers and stuff, 12K. You know, these aren't numbers to scoff at. 93K. Yeah, my bad, Twitch, didn't realize you were cringe like that. 26. Yeah, all these creators didn't realize that the numbers they were pulling are considered now dead weight as well too. Also, sorry, I do have to try and snack and eat on something to maintain my blood sugar, so. But yeah. Like, this is insane. Yeah, without small streamers, Twitch would be an empty website full of gambling ads, sponsored e-celebrities, and executives trying to monetize the echo. Yes, they just called 99.8% of Twitch dead weight. Let that sink in. They couldn't give two shits about the majority of streamers on their platform. So yeah, a lot of people are upset, rightfully so. Very, very rightfully so. And you want to know what bothers me the most about this, right? You know what bothers me the most? Like I even said under Rom's comment, look, I'm used to being called a lot of terrible things my entire life. I've been called a dead weight before, at least more than once in my whole life. I'm not even in my 40s yet. I am basically almost in my mid-30s. I've had so much crap flung at me my whole life that the idea of things ever peacefully going well scares the fuck out of me sometimes. It does. And when I do sponsored stuff for you guys, when I do a lot of like sponsored related content or videos or streams or things that, you know, I put out for you guys, for all of you to watch, I don't do it because I'm getting paid money for it. I will tell you right now, 95% of the time, I am not physically being paid by these companies to sponsor stuff. I am either being provided a game code, a care package, some assets, a early sneak peek at stuff, a free copy of the game physically, or on the rare occasion some merch and something from like a special package that I show off on stream, and we do an unboxing and stuff like that. So, or if I do receive something, it's because I entered a sweepstakes or a giveaway or something that I thought, oh, maybe I could win this. And if I win this, even if it's something small, I show it off on stream or in a video. And I'm like, hey, thank you for picking me as a winner from your sweepstakes for me to show off on stream and show what I won as part of some prize package that I won, right? That's the truth. That's the transparency. I think I've only ever gotten physically paid 2 times, maybe 3, with sponsored related stuff my entire life. That's it. And it was less than like probably $100. That was enough to put food on the table for like maybe a couple weeks and pitch in for bills. And that's the life of a lot of content creators and streamers and artists and performers, is they don't physically get paid for this stuff. They take time out of their way to make and create stuff in the hopes that they build synergy and trust and loyalty and advertising, and everything meshes well with the creative process of working with these brands, but also putting something out that feels either organic or doesn't feel like you're a corporate sellout. It's pretty simple. So a lot of people do this. A lot of streamers do this. A lot of creators do this. So, and like, it's upsetting because a lot of these people want to have success like these other big namer creators and streamers, but it's hard to do so. So also Geomax on YouTube, I will check out your stuff at some point after the stream and see what you got. So I appreciate the message though, so thank you. But like, it's frustrating because a lot of the sponsored content that people put out nowadays, or a lot of the content that they work with brands, has so much red tape to it and so much restrictions and NDAs and copyright things and do's and don'ts that a lot of streamers nowadays don't do these things anymore, or they carefully pick and choose what they do because it's just so tedious. Hell, I haven't been running ads on my Twitch streams as much lately because I was told as a streamer and creator, oh, well, if you run ads too often, then it drives away viewers. It drives away, you know, a new audience. It drives away engagement. It drives away people a chance to actually follow and watch your content. But like, then I've been told by Twitch themselves too, at the same time, oh no, you need to run ads if you're an affiliate. You need to run ads and do this and do that if you're this person, and like, you know, you gotta run a minimum of at least 3 minutes if you want most of your stream to be like relatively ad free, and then there's pre-rolls and all this other stuff. Like, affiliates, and to an even bigger extent now, partners who are partnered with Twitch are also getting hit with this. Because it's not just affiliates and the lower streamers who are affiliated on Twitch, it's partners that are being called dead weight. Because there are partner streams that don't even reach 1,000 concurrent views. Thank you for tuning in, GeoMax, on YouTube. I appreciate it. And thank you for understanding. And it's good that you stream on Twitch too and have the same username. So I hope work is treating you well, by the way. So I hope work is going well. So a lot of creators too, like me and Scott Falco, my buddy Basilisk IRL, CD-ROM Arts, you know, Sirenhide, Ironhide154, Tyler, one guy, Heart Attack. A lot of these creators and people who I'm friends with, we don't reach 1,000 views. We don't reach 1,000 concurrent views. That just doesn't happen. Because we do everything we can to try and stream and create stuff for people to enjoy. But at the end of the day, not everybody wants to play the heavily super popularized niche of certain games. A lot of people don't want to play a lot of these bigger, like, MOBA games, these big mobile games, these big fighting games. A lot of people and creators and content creators and streamers want to play the games that they enjoy. They want to play the games that they have fun with. They want to give creators a more organic experience for their viewers. That's what I do. That's what CD-ROM Arts does. That's what Scott Falco does. That's what Vinesauce does. Vinny does. Vinny does a variety stream where he usually covers a large range of stuff that he just finds cool. I don't think a big name streamer like Joel or Vinny does stuff because they're in it just for the money. I mean, especially the type of content that they do, I don't think they're doing it because they're trying to reach this precedented, you know, spreadsheet goal of consistently hitting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 concurrent viewers on a streaming platform that's owned by Amazon. I know I keep bringing that factoid up, but a lot of people forget that. Like, here, if I were to go, we'll do this again, right? We'll do this again. Let me get on YouTube. Let me find someone who might be live. Right? Let's even go based on people who are even live. Like live. Here we go. Here. Live gaming stream. Here. We're going to do this. Live gaming stream. Here we go. On YouTube. Let's see. No views. 3.5K because they're playing Battlefield 6. Fortnite. So 8.9, right? Battlefield 6. 70. That's just, okay, that's a whole video. They're not even actually live. It would tell you if they're live. A lot of music channels barely even break like 30 to 100 viewers. Lo-Fi Girl. That's literally just animation with lo-fi music and a chill vibe. Barely breaks 2.1K on a Monday. Right? A Cozy Fireplace. Not even 1,000. People playing Grand Theft Auto 3. Resident Evil. Breath of the Wild. Who else is live? Various brands like Cartoon Network and regular show don't even get like a live amount of 1,000 views on a Monday. Here, Adult Swim, screw it, they're live. What are they streaming right now? I'm gonna mute it for obvious copyright reasons. Yeah. My Adventures with Superman. 115 people are watching My Adventures with Superman right now. Right? That's my God. That's not even 1,000 viewers. Are you telling me that a multi-billion-dollar division of, and I hate saying this, Warner Brothers Discovery / maybe Viacom soon? That's a discussion for another day. Are you telling me that an animation stream on YouTube doesn't even break 1,000 views? Like, really? Really? You know, it is upsetting because there are creators, smaller creators, bigger creators, even partnered creators who aren't meeting this threshold. Not at all. And yet here we are. They're not meeting this crazy threshold. Not at all. It's insane. Yes, you have some who do meet that threshold on a good day, but they don't meet that threshold every single day that they stream. It's not consistent. And if it is consistent for them, then they're putting in 8 to almost 6 to 8 hour days, if not sometimes even 12, just streaming and reacting to stuff, right? And just doing the basic of either commentary or gaming or reacting to a TikTok or a Instagram reel or something, right? Not everybody does that. Not everybody wants to play Fortnite. Not everybody wants to play Diablo or Doba or Apex Legends. So I know I've tried that in the past. I've tried playing the big, multiplayer online crazy games. I've tried doing that for streams, where that's all I did was just sat there with either webcam or no webcam and just commentate occasionally on my gameplay and do that and just play Marvel Rivals or Apex or Arc Raiders or Rocket League. I even used to stream Destiny 2, and I never got the amount of numbers and viewers that Destiny 2 players would claim that they got. It's dumb. It's insane. I don't know. I can handle being called the dead weight by a multi-billion-dollar company that obviously gives two shits, doesn't give two shits about us. They don't care. I can handle people not tuning in all the time to my streams. I can handle people not liking my content. I can handle myself not liking other people's content. I can handle other creators and other people not liking my content, or other people not liking my friend's content, or even me not liking my friend's content. I can handle all of this, right? I don't tune in to every single stream that every single person does. But showing your support, showing up for them on occasion, chatting in their chat, putting the stream on in the background, listening to them, lurking, and giving direct donations and funds to these creators is what makes the biggest difference. Getting these people in the faces and in the spotlight for these brands and companies and these multi-billion-dollar, corporations for them to see, and then for them to be like, yeah, we could do a little small something and send them something or whatever. Getting them that FaceTime makes a difference. Like, it's because of all the networking and all of the emailing and reaching out. And I have people behind the scenes that help me reach out to other companies and brands and stuff. It's because of all the effort and hard work that I've put into putting myself out there as a creator and taking that risk, that even though I am a small creator, I have a list of brands and companies that have done sponsored things with me. Companies that even bigger creators have never had the chance of even doing so. Because they liked what I did. Because of the honesty, the transparency, because of the quality of the content that they are getting. Because of the engagement. Because even one brand new pair of eyes or pair of ears, or in some cases a mouth, I guess, you take that how you will, on your product is still better than no eyes on it at all. I've done stuff with Mountain Dew, Dunkin' Donuts, Native, Old Spice, Charlie's Cheesesteaks. I've done stuff with Gamescom, the Game Awards, Summer Game Fest. I've done stuff with pizza companies before. I've done stuff with Pepsi. I've done stuff with Mountain Dew. Hell, we have an entire dedicated series on YouTube, and I created a whole brand new character and a new thing of lore just for Mountain Dew related stuff called the Insider Dew Exclusive. Just for that. Hell, I got to go to a local grand opening of a Papa John's a while back because I was invited out as a creator, and because they reached out to me and were like, hey, we're opening up a new Papa John's location. It's a grand opening. Come out, film a few things, take a few photos, eat some free pizza, spin and win some prizes. Pretty simple. Disney has even sent me stuff. It can happen to small creators. It can happen to medium-sized creators. It can happen to even big creators. And it has happened. And it will continue to happen. But Twitch should not base the success of a creator solely on metrics and numbers. And that is the problem. There's a reason why advertisers have a hard and difficult time advertising on Twitch. It's because a lot of how Twitch is set up is not always advertiser friendly. It's because the way Twitch is set up, advertisers and these brands and companies want a more integrated, natural, a more like organic synergy and energy with the creator. Pretty simple. But when you force that out of them and have them read off a prompt or a script or whatever, it doesn't feel as organic. It feels like you're a sellout. And viewers notice. And then you get a drop in numbers. And then you get less viewers, less concurrent viewers. And then Twitch notices this. They're like, well, you didn't get the 1,255 concurrent viewers that we wanted with this Reese's Peanut Butter Cup brand deal. And we had them send you a bunch of assets and overlays and merch and t-shirts and stuff. And you didn't say Reese's Peanut Butter Cup enough on your stream. So the Reese's Peanut Butter Hershey's Corporation Cup Chocolate Wax Company is pulling out of the advertisement because you didn't say Reese's Peanut Butter Cup enough times. By the way, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Again, you're applying the same rules of television to streaming. It doesn't work. I've said this before, and I think part 3 or part 4, by the way, of this whole thing, it's all documented on YouTube at this point. But, like, you can't expect the same rules of television and streaming platforms to work on places like YouTube and Twitch and Kick and Facebook and TikTok and Twitter. It's not how it works. The data is different. The numbers are different. And at the end of the day, you can't judge creators by numbers and data. You have to judge them based on the quality of their content and if they mesh well with the advertiser and the brand and the content. And calling us dead weights, calling literally 98 to 97 or hell 99% of all of Twitch dead weights is a slap to the face that we certainly didn't need. And I'm just saying, maybe treat your streamers a little bit better. They're the ones actually holding the website up. It's not just you in the back end with your numbers and your crunching and your leftover half-eaten croissant from Starbucks and your cake pop and your weird fungal smell that you have because you sit in IT all day. Yes, I know exactly who I'm poking fun at. You smell disgusting. Go take a shower. Anyhow, I want to keep this short and brief because I didn't have plans to talk about this today, yet here we are. So I kept this under an hour. So that's it. Normal streams will return probably tomorrow, and if not, we got more Summer of Woe drops coming soon. Check those out. Do all the crap. Follow the socials. Subscribe on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Discord. Follow us. And check out the Patreon if you want exclusive content, including more uncensored stuff and more interesting raw footage of things and behind the scenes stuff. So, anyhow, that's it. Twitch, seriously, treat us like people and not dollar signs. This is the 5th time that you've done this. As a famous character from Aqua Teen once said, "Look, I'm doing this as hard as I possibly can." Okay, bye.